So my phone's been ringing off the hook with some of the most interesting consulting requests that I've seen in a long time. Companies calling in a panic because their AI-built applications are falling apart faster than a house of cards. So last week alone, I got 3 calls from businesses whose vibe-coded projects turned into complete disasters. Now, one CEO told me that his AI-generated e-commerce site was literally creating fake customer reviews by itself. Another founder discovered that their AI agent deleted their entire database despite explicit instructions not to touch it. What happens when non-technical people think they can replace developers with ChatGPT prompts? So what occurs when businesses realize that working demos and production-ready systems are very different things? The vibe coding cleanup specialist professional is exploding, and today I'm going to share some real calls that we're getting with you. Let's dive into this today. All right. So first of all, thanks everybody for hanging out with me as I've been trying to figure out my audio. Hopefully the audio is a lot better today. We're working on it. It's still a work in progress. If you give, feedback, obviously your feedback's been well appreciated. Thanks for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. Now, the AI coding explosion has created a new category of technical disaster that I've never really seen before. Businesses thought they could skip hiring developers by using AI tools to vibe code entire applications. Now they're calling consultants like me to fix the mess. One of the first things about this is so crazy is the sheer volume of code that these applications have is staggering. Now, these aren't just small bugs because of that. We're talking about fundamental architectural problems, security nightmares, and code that looks like it was written by a very enthusiastic but clueless intern. But it looks like it was about 20 interns because there's so much code to it. Now, last month, a client called because their AI-generated e-commerce platform was automatically creating fake product reviews for items that didn't exist. So then it was linking to items and they were even broken, right? So the business owner used a vibe coding platform to build their entire site over a weekend using natural language prompts. They launched without any code review and customers started complaining about reviews for products they couldn't find. When they tried to fix it by prompting the AI again, it introduced even more bugs and started duplicating the entire product categories. Now, the AI had hallucinated features that weren't in the original prompt and created logic loops that kept generating content. So we had to completely rebuild the product catalog system and implement proper validation to stop the runaway automation. Now, next one, a startup founder contacted us after the AI coding assistant deleted their entire customer database during what was supposed to be a simple update. Now, very first question I had for this guy is like, why in the world did you have your production database connected to this? He's like, but I put prompts in there telling it not to delete anything. Or I'm like, dude, like you. They were using AI tools to make quick changes to their SaaS application without understanding the underlying database structure. The founder explicitly told the AI not to modify the database, but interpreted optimize the user table as delete the unused records. 3 months of customer data vanished instantly, including payment information and subscription details. Now, luckily, they did have a backup system, and we had to help them restore some of their data. But that was, that was a big disaster that cost them a lot of money to try to get that figured out. Not to mention some of the opportunity and lost time. Now, if you have great stories around this, make sure you drop a comment down below because I'd love to hear your comments and I'd love to hear your stories on these, right? Next one that I'm going to talk about here is a healthcare startup calls after discovering that their AI-built patient portal was leaking sensitive medical data to unauthorized users. Not only that, it was pumping that data through ChatGPT. So the first thing that I found is that they're pumping it through ChatGPT and in some of their pipelines leaking that data. So the non-technical founder had used AI prompts to create user authentication without understanding HIPAA compliance requirements. The AI generated code that looked secure, but had hard-coded API keys, SQL injection vulnerabilities, and it was leaking that customer data as well as pumping that data into the cloud for ChatGPT. So patient records were being served to pretty much anyone because they were being put into chat in APIs with a link that allowed them to be shared. So patient records were being served to anyone who knew how to manipulate URL parameters. And this is a total privacy violation nightmare. The compliance investigation could cost them a lot, but we tried to help them. I tried to get this unwound as quickly as we could so that we could try to stop any of that. Now, luckily, I don't think anybody found it for them, but like this is one of those areas where it can cause a lot of concern. Now, there's a lot of these that are happening right now, and these are really common. These are just a few of the stories that I've had. Now, if you have systems that aren't connected or you're worried about some of your systems, reach out to us because here at Startup Hack, our specialty is connecting systems in a safe and secure way so that you can make sure your systems are operating to maximum efficiency. Check out startuphack.com/Spencer because we'd love to help you out. Now, a marketing agency called because they were in a panic because their AI built social media tool was posting inappropriate content automatically. Now, it wasn't like anything super bad, but it was just a lot of gibberish, and you could clearly tell it was not human. So there was a lot of hallucinations and a lot of weird stuff. It wasn't anything like damaging to their brand other than you could clearly tell it wasn't human. So client relationships were being damaged in the process because some of their clients were going and viewing this and going, okay, I don't know if I really want to work with these people if this is how they're posting to their site. So we had to shut down part of the system, rebuild part of it, and then change out the content validation and make sure it had human approvals before it did any of the posts. So these are just some of the few examples that we've gone through. And so it's part of the reason that what we really need to make sure that we're doing is, as you're working with AI, make sure that you are including human in the loop processes. Make sure you are checking where data is going. Make sure you're not connecting AI directly into your databases. Make sure it has a layer to web services and those kind of things. These are some of the best practices that you need to be using as you're using AI in your applications. Now, I'm curious to hear what you guys are finding about this and curious to see what you guys think on some of these. Now, I want to go over this article that I was reading because I thought this was really interesting as well. So it looks like it's not just me, because this guy is saying that vibe code cleanup as a service. This is a new service category that's quietly emerging in tech. Vibe code cleanup. What started as a LinkedIn joke about fixing AI messes has become a real business opportunity. The harsh reality nobody wants to admit. Most AI generated code is production unready. I mean, it's not ready for production. And so this guy's going through and talking about this and saying that actually some of the Stack Overflow analysis shows AI excels at small isolated tasks but fails at architectural decisions. And that's part of the reason why it will leak data. It will make decisions that won't really be secure. Now, Georgetown University shows that at least 48% of AI generated code contains security vulnerabilities. This is a huge problem, right? And there's a lot of security consulting firms that are going to make a lot of money on this. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of hackers who are going to get a lot of data in the process. So what this means for engineering is we're witnessing a fundamental shift in how software gets built. AI handles the initial implementation, humans handle architecture testing and clearing up. It's not the future we expected, but it's the one we're getting. Now, I partly agree with this, but I'm getting a lot of my users who are coming back and saying, look, we're just kind of giving up because it's just taking too long and we're having to clean up and we have too many bugs being introduced. Now, I don't know if I would go quite that far. We are still using it for a lot of our code generation and we're using a lot of the cases, but we still have 2 human reviewing every commit. And so like when you're still using some of those type of progress, those type of patterns, you're not going to run into a lot of these issues that you have because not only is it being reviewed by 1 human, it's going to be being reviewed by 2 humans. We're following best practices for PRs, for pull requests and reviews, and as well as for commits and branching strategies. Now, I'm curious to hear what you guys think and what stuff you guys have seen. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I love to have a great discussion, so make sure you comment down below and make sure you like and subscribe. Here at Startup Hack, we love to train software developers as well as build custom software solutions for companies. And here's some great information about our services. Hi, I'm Spencer, a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and 25 years in software development, I've transformed technology teams and products for businesses just like yours. As your fractional CTO, you get the strategic guidance of a seasoned technology executive without the full-time commitment. Perfect for companies ready to leverage cutting-edge technology without expanding headcount. My team at Startup Hack has already built advanced AI agents for small and medium businesses, automating complex workflows and delivering advanced ROI to human workflows. We specialize in creating custom software that connects your systems into a single coherent technology ecosystem. Our development approach focuses on tangible business outcomes. For one client, we developed AI-powered workflows that cut days off of human processes. For another company, by connecting multiple systems, we reduced processing time to increase their ROI by over 75%. We don't just write code, we architect solutions that scale. Whether you need cloud system architecture, data integration between legacy systems, or custom AI agents that automate your unique business processes, my team delivers results that exceed your expectations. Having led technology for a lot of companies and launched 7 successful brands of my own, I bring battle-tested expertise to your business challenges. Our specialty is turning technological complexity into business advantage. So if you're ready to harness the power of AI and custom software to drive your business forward, let's connect. Together, we'll build technology that doesn't just solve today's problems, it positions you for tomorrow's opportunities. Technology leadership, decades of experience, AI powered. Reach out today and we can help you. Check out startuphack.com/Spencer.